Day two of USA team basketball has begun. Caitlin Clark is still in the midst, and women's basketball is definitely back.
Day two of USA basketball camp is underway, and Caitlin Clark is still right in the middle of it, and women's basketball is undeniably back. Day two of Team USA practice just wrapped up, and Caitlin Clark looked completely dominant alongside Jackie Young. The chemistry between the two was impossible to ignore. The tempo was elite, and suddenly it's easy to see why some believe this backcourt pairing could be unstoppable. Footage coming out of practice shows exactly what happens when you put Caitlin next to a guard who can truly match her pace and basketball IQ. The combination is scary good. Here's the question that naturally follows. If Jackie Young came to the Indiana Fever, would you be comfortable moving on from Kelsey Mitchell? Let me know in the comments, because that's a conversation worth having. Day two of Team USA training camp gave us even more footage of Caitlin Clark playing real, competitive basketball again. And the standout storyline is clear, the Caitlin Clark and Jackie Young pairing. The chemistry showed up immediately, and it raises some fascinating questions about ideal fits and what the Indiana Fever should be thinking about long term. Let me know in the comments, because that's the conversation we need to have. Day two of Team USA training camp gave us a lot more footage of Caitlin Clark actually playing competitive basketball, and the standout storyline is the pairing of Caitlin and Jackie Young. The chemistry is immediately obvious, and it raises some really interesting questions about ideal fits and what the Indiana Fever should be thinking about long term. Let's start with the basketball itself. There's a sequence where Caitlin immediately inbounds the ball to Jackie Young after the opponent scores, and boom, quick layup. They're playing against Kelsey Plum's team, so this isn't scrubs. This is legitimate competition. The speed of the inbound, the instant recognition from both players to push the tempo, the execution. That's elite basketball IQ on full display. But here's what makes Jackie Young such a perfect fit with Caitlin. Jackie is a true combo guard who can run point. She played point guard last year, and I don't care what Chelsea Gray's nickname is or what anyone says. Jackie Young was running that offense. She's got size at 6 feet. She can defend multiple positions. She can handle the ball.
Than an expensive
She can
sideshow
score.
Nobody
And
wants
most
to watch.
importantly,
With some games,
she understands tempo.
Over $200
There's a huge difference
from an
between
average
playing
of
fast and playing with tempo.
to just 8
Kelsey
on one
Mitchell,
player.
who's an
Evaporate
incredible
when
player,
built on such a
plays
fragile
fast.
foundation.
She has
Clark,
elite
who had
speed
never-
and
It's
quickness,
the complete
but
evaporation
fast
of
doesn't
sports
always
media
equal
interest
tempo.
in the W. WNBA.
Day two of USA basketball training camp is underway, and Caitlin Clark is still right in the middle of it. And women's basketball is very clearly back. Day two of Team USA practice wrapped up with Clark looking completely dominant alongside Jackie Young. The chemistry between those two was undeniable. The tempo was elite, and suddenly it became obvious why so many people believe this backcourt pairing could be unstoppable. Footage coming out of practice shows exactly what happens when you put Caitlin Clark next to a guard who can truly match her pace and basketball IQ. The combination is scary good.
Kathy Engelbert
So
now
here's the
finds
question
herself
everyone
assessed
should be
crumble
asking.
in real time.
If Jackie Young somehow
Engelbert's
ended up with
nightmare
the Indiana
scenario,
Fever,
a league that
would you
returns
be
to
okay
pre-push
with moving
mathematical
on from
reality
Kelsey Mitchell?
is that the WNBA
Let me know in the
with
comments,
merchandise sales,
because that's a
which had
real
exploded by over
conversation
5
worth having.
partnerships
Day
based on the
two of Team
unprecedented
USA
growth
camp
metrics.
gave us far more footage of Caitlin Clark playing actual competitive basketball, and the clear standout storyline is her pairing with Jackie Young. The chemistry shows up immediately, and it raises some fascinating questions about ideal fits and what the Indiana Fever should be thinking about long term. Let's start with the basketball itself. There's a sequence where Caitlin inbounds the ball to Jackie Young immediately after a made basket. Boom, quick layup. They're playing against Kelsey Plum's group, so this isn't scrimmaging against fringe players. This is real competition. The speed of the inbound, the instant recognition from both players to push tempo, and the execution. That's elite basketball IQ on display. Here's what makes Jackie Young such a perfect fit with Caitlin. Jackie is a true combo guard who can run point. She played point guard last year, and regardless of nicknames or narratives, Jackie Young was running that offense. She's 6 feet tall, can defend multiple positions, handle the ball, score at all 3 levels, and most importantly, she understands tempo. There's a huge difference between playing fast and playing with tempo. Kelsey Mitchell, who is an incredible player, plays fast. Her speed and quickness are elite. But fast doesn't always equal tempo. Tempo is about the entire team moving with purpose. Bang, bang, bang. Quick decisions that lead to open shots. Caitlin Clark isn't as fast as Kelsey Mitchell in straight-line speed, but Caitlin pushes tempo better than almost anyone in the game. And when you pair her with Jackie Young, another player who understands how to push pace while staying under control, the offense just hums. Watch the sequence where Caitlin grabs a defensive rebound and immediately pushes the ball the full length of the floor. Run, run, run. Pass. Swing. Corner 3. The shot misses, but that doesn't matter. The process is perfect. That's Team USA basketball at its best, using pace and athleticism to create advantages before the defense can get set. There's another play where Caitlin throws an absurd post-entry pass to Dearica Hamby. The degree of difficulty on that pass is ridiculous, yet Caitlin makes it look routine. Hamby uses her body well, creates position, and gets a decent look even though it gets blocked. That's the kind of passing that makes Caitlin special. She completes passes most guards don't even see. Aaliyah Boston is there too, and the chemistry with Caitlin is already obvious. There's a clean handoff sequence, and honestly, an Aaliyah Boston, Chelsea Gray pick and roll could be lethal in half-court situations when the game slows down. That veteran presence combined with Boston's screening and rolling ability could be devastating. But back to Caitlin and Jackie. There's a play where the entire defense collapses on Jackie Young as she drives, and she kicks it out to Caitlin for 3. That's textbook basketball. Attack the paint, draw help, kick to the shooter. When you have 2 guards who can both create off the dribble and both shoot at a high level, defenses are put in impossible situations. What's scary is how seamless this already looks. These aren't players who've spent years together. This is day 2 of practice, and they're executing at this level because both have such high basketball IQ that they instinctively know where to be and what the other needs. Now let's talk about what this means for the Indiana Fever, because this is where things get interesting. Jackie Young is under contract with the Aces and is one of their core players. The chances of her leaving Las Vegas for Indiana are extremely slim. But if, and this is a massive if, Jackie Young ever became available, that's the only scenario where it would even make sense for Indiana to reconsider Kelsey Mitchell as a priority. Let me be clear. Kelsey Mitchell is an incredible player. She's been loyal through some very tough years. She's a consistent scorer who can get buckets in multiple ways, and she deserves real respect for what she's meant to that franchise. But Jackie Young is simply a better fit next to Caitlin Clark. She defends at a higher level. She's a better facilitator. She's bigger, more versatile defensively, and most importantly, she plays with the tempo and unselfishness that maximizes what Caitlin does best. If you're building the ideal backcourt partner for Caitlin Clark, Jackie Young is at the very top of the list, maybe alongside only 2 or 3 other players in the entire league. The fit is that clean. Another dynamic worth noting from the footage is the Caitlin, Paige Bucher's competition. You can hear Paige calling bucket before Caitlin even shoots. People love trying to manufacture rivalries and drama, but that narrative falls apart immediately when you watch the tape. They compete hard against each other, absolutely, but when they're on the same side, they support each other. That's how elite competitors operate. The fact that Paige is hyping Caitlin before shots tells you everything you need to know about their relationship. There's also footage of Caitlin and Cameron Brink on the same team, footage that apparently caused some journalists to quietly delete tweets. Interesting how that happens when reality doesn't match a manufactured narrative. Aaliyah Boston even joked about Caitlin hitting the game winner in a World Cup, which says a lot about the trust and confidence her teammates have in her in big moments. That trust is earned. Defensively, Caitlin is competing. She's moving her feet, staying engaged. Is she an elite defender? No, but she's also not the liability some people pretend she is. She's roughly average, which is more than acceptable given her offensive value. Paige Bucher's grades out almost identically as a defender. Both compete. Both are smart positionally. Neither has elite lateral quickness. Yet somehow only Caitlin gets criticized for it. Funny how that works. There's even a play where Paige loses Jackie Young defensively, and Jackie scores off a Caitlin assist, but no think pieces there. Just how it goes. Teams with Caitlin consistently play faster and more organized. Not chaotic. Not reckless. Purposeful pace designed to create advantages early in possessions. That's championship basketball when executed correctly. The difference between speed and tempo matters. Kelsey Mitchell is faster in a straight line, but Caitlin makes her team play faster through decisions, spacing, and ball movement. Jackie Young understands that same concept. Jackie running off screens. Caitlin delivering passes on time. Both looking to create for each other. Neither selfish. Both elite scorers. Both high-level passers. Both committed to winning basketball. That's the kind of backcourt synergy coaches dream about. If this pairing ever starts games together, whether at the World Cup or eventually the Olympics, they're going to be incredibly hard to stop. You can't leave either open. You can't sag. You can't switch everything. They'll punish mismatches relentlessly. The cleanest backcourt fit, with Caitlin Clark, not counting Aaliyah Boston as her obvious frontcourt partner, might be Jackie Young. That's not a knock on anyone else. It's just recognizing that sometimes certain players fit together perfectly. For the Olympics, it may end up being Caitlin and Paige as the starting guards. But for the World Cup, which falls mid-WNBA season, it wouldn't be surprising to see Caitlin and Jackie starting together. Honestly, the best lineup might involve all three, Paige, Caitlin, and Jackie, with someone like Nafisa Collier coming off the bench. 6-foot guards. Shooting. Passing. IQ. The international game doesn't have the size to punish that. A lineup of Paige, Caitlin, Jackie, Brianna Stewart, and Aya Wilson or Aaliyah Boston would be overwhelming. Too much skill. Too much spacing. Too much intelligence. That's future projection. What we know right now is this. On day 2 of Team USA practice, Caitlin Clark and Jackie Young looked phenomenal together. The chemistry is real, and anyone watching the footage can see why this pairing has so much potential. The Indiana Fever should absolutely be paying attention. Kelsey Mitchell is great, but fit matters. And if there's ever an opportunity to pair Caitlin Clark with someone who fits her game as perfectly as Jackie Young does, you at least have to consider it. Caitlin Clark and Jackie Young look dominant together on day 2 of Team USA practice. The chemistry is undeniable. And if everything lines up, this could be the future of USA basketball's backcourt.